Oh yeah, we back with another episode of The Twisted Tea, where we come to bring you the news with a twist. Lisa Bonet, that's right, the lady from the Cosbys, and the Aquaman star Jason Momoa, as they just settled their divorce super fast.
Actor Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet decided to end their marriage after 5 years.
The divorce itself and everything leading up to it, that took very long.
Ever since I was like 8 years old and I saw her on the TV, and I was like, Mommy, I want that one. I'm like, I'm gonna stalk you for the rest of my life and I'm gonna get you.
As the two met in 2005 and had a relationship. Whether it was a healthy one or unhealthy one, who's to say?
You know that story?
I've heard it.
That's so sweet.
Or awkward. Just kidding.
What I will say is, that's up to you to be the judge. They ended up tying the knot in 2017. That's right, in 2017. And now, here we are in 2024. And Jason, well, Aquaman states he's been living homeless. That's right, on the road again. Here I am another day, I'm on the road again. That's how he's been living, and that he doesn't have a home to call home. Although, I think he bought himself a motor home of some sort, or had one put together that he lives out of on the road. Jason and Lisa, after 1 day of divorce proceedings, finished up everything. That's right. See, the two in 2020 hit a little split, popped back together.
It is such an encouragement to see you back together, working on it, figuring it out.
Oh, no, we're not back together. We're family, you know?
Forever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have two beautiful children together.
Yeah.
A day after filing, that's right, putting it all on paper, they said, let's finish this quick. End it now. And that's what they did. Ended it now. See, the two do agree on sharing living expenses and taking care of both of their kids, as they have agreed for joint custody between the both of them. But what they did do is they waived the right for spousal support. And for those who don't know what that means that if you end up getting married and you've been paying for your spouse and they go, I don't want to do nothing with the rest of my life, you get stuck paying for your spouse for a very long time. So be careful who you choose. They ended up waiving the right and will never ever be able to go back to court and or challenge each other for the right to have to continue to pay for each other for the rest of their lives. Most people close to the two will say that they ended up separating because Jason's always on the road. Lisa wants to live that California life inside the hills and just chill, and that they have time apart. But if you were to ask me, I'm gonna say I'm sure there's something else going on behind the scenes that caused this separation, other than time apart. I would like to say, I can't say I feel bad, because I'm sure we knew this was coming. That's right. This isn't the first time they broke up, like I said. We knew this was coming, okay?
All right, so here's the big question. Were there signs of trouble in paradise?
Well, this was the last time Lisa and Jason were spotted out publicly. It was almost 2 years ago at a Tom Ford fashion show. Since then, Jason's hit premieres and events solo or with their two kids. Last month, Bonet hinted at change in an interview, saying she was, quote, definitely learning how to be authentically me.
So if Jason wants to tell us he's homeless now, I think that's crazy talk, because he definitely has the money to be able to go ahead and find a place to live. That is by choice that he chooses to live on the road and live out his biker life dreams. And not to mention that Aquaman is from the water and can live in water, So I don't know why he don't just dive back in. Okay? He's Aquaman. He has a whole kingdom under there. She's probably like, why don't you settle down? And he's like, nah, baby, I'm on the road again. If you ask me, just my opinion, I think that there are more things behind the scenes going on. And we're going to start with the fact that, for those of you who forgot, during one of the showings of Aquaman, you had Jason being called out.
And I see why Lisa divorced and left his nasty ass.
Being called out for inappropriately touching his daughter on stage, where you could see him groping and grabbing her chest. At this time would be her breast. At that time would be her chest, because that's how young she was. You could also see that she was visibly bothered in the video and very uncomfortable as she kept moving his hand from that part of her body. My question to you all listening is, do you think that there was more going on behind the scenes? Do you think that Lisa had seen enough and said, I'm going to have to protect my daughter at all costs?
There she is. I love you.
Now, we've heard all the stories about him being a family man, and I'm not taking that away from him. They do a good job of putting out what they want us to see, like they always have in the media. On that time and in that instance, well, we saw something I'm sure that they didn't want us to see. Again, call it how you want. I call it how I see it. I think she was 10 at the time of the video, and now I think she's 16, 17 years old. But again, she was visibly uncomfortable from everything that was going on. You let me know what you think about that in the comments. Also, do you think that Jason and Amber Heard had private affairs?
When Jason was away filming Aquaman 2, their differences and issues were heightened. He was gone for a while, and it definitely put additional stress on their relationship.
Jason's allergic to being ignored. So he can't sit still. So no matter what, if he will push, prod, nudge, shove you, anything to get your attention.
Leave us scratching our heads thinking about this. So what else was going on behind the scenes?
Drives him nuts. So he quickly adopted this method to, give himself relief. He just adopted this method of ripping out the last pages of my book. And so which is annoying.
We do know that those two, Amber and Jason, spent a lot of time together. We do know that they were really happy at some points, really close at some points, and then all of a sudden, they wanted her off the sets. Was that when she probably started to deny him of what was going on? Anyways.
I think being able to communicate towards the other gender, women, like my mother, my wife, my daughter, just trying to figure out what's, how to communicate to women.
You don't struggle with that. Come on now.
Oh boy. Oh boy, do I. Isn't that right, Jen? Throughout the film, like Atlantis and the Sahara Desert, but which was your favorite to film in? Sicily.
Yes, because we got outside for the first time in so long.
Sicily.
You know what happened out there in that Sicily time that they spent together having breakfast?
You is the better
Definitely.
She's an amazing actress because she can't swim. She can swim. She can swim.
Barely. No, I can swim. But
she's just allergic to water.
I don't like it.
It's not in a shower.
Do you think that there's more to the reason of them breaking up? Is there a darker side to Jason that we haven't seen and that'll probably come out, if it does come out, 10, 15 years down the line? I will say that if we must sit here and be honest with each other, Lisa Bonet, she's been around some creepy individuals. Let's be honest. Again, she worked on the set with Bill Cosby, so she's seen some things, I'm sure, with the pudding. It's time to exit before it gets to be a little darker than I need it to be. Thank you for tuning in. You go ahead and hit them comments. Let me know what you think, because I have questions. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Twisted Tea, where we come to bring you the news with a twist.